Javed Abdi Foundation, JAF, which also stands for Journalism, Advocacy and Fun. Please subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, like, comment, and share.
But there was this question about your RTIs कि जो आपने RTIs फाइल करी हैं, बहुत सारी आपने बताया था that you had filed a lot of RTIs. Are they in a public place so that other stakeholders or other organizations can use that information, or where is that information that is there? And is there if is there any place where जैसे कि so this is my personal question also, because every time I go to the Department of Disability Affairs website, I mean, even you have mentioned it, even ma'am has mentioned it, it's always down. The server is always down. तो अगर मतलब कोई बंदा जो मेरे जैसा है, मतलब आई वांट टू गो एंड आई वांट टू सी द डेटा, अगर मैं एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ना चाहूँ या कोई और रिपोर्ट पढ़ना चाहूँ, तो मतलब उसके अलावा कोई जगह है या ऐसी कोई कंपेंडियम टाइप जगह है, जैसे मतलब अलग अलग वेबसाइट्स हों कि हम लोग जैसे यूथ हैं जो काम करना चाह रहे हैं या कुछ करना मतलब चाह रहे हैं, एक्टिविज्म करना चाह रहे हैं, तो वहां पर जाके वी कैन फाइंड ऑल दिस डेटा एंड देन यूज इट.
सो आरटीआईज के जो मेरे आपके इसमें बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस थे शमीर. सो अगेन आई डिड नॉट फॉलो व्हाट क्वेश्चन यू आस्क्ड वैष्णवी. सो नहीं, वैष्णवी वाला क्वेश्चन मेरे को नहीं मालूम. सो पहले लेट मी आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू आरटीआई. आई थिंक जो भी मैंने आरटीआईज किए थे, आई एम इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ काइंड ऑफ पुटिंग इट अप ऑन माय वेबसाइट. Once it is up, I will kind of send out a communication to you, and maybe you can disseminate to everybody. Actually, there were like about 25 RTIs, which became now 75 RTIs now. So there's a whole process of matching each RTI with another RTI, because government tends to keep forwarding it from one department to the other. So I'm trying to kind of consolidate a lot of that information. The information is not very clear. In many cases, of course, they just out blank said, we do not capture the data. So those things will come up first. But then there in some cases, the data trail has gone, or the forward trail has gone up to 5 or 6 or 7 stakeholders. So yeah, I need to kind of get back to you on that piece. Once you have it, a lot of data will be there. We are also, as a part of another report that I'm, recently kind of worked on, there'll be a lot of data consolidated across different facets. So we've done it for SDGs, and at least most of the headline numbers would be kind of consolidated in that one document. We're just kind of giving we're just giving the last minute tweaks to that, and hopefully that report should be out in 3-4 weeks, and then people can get access to that information also. So that kind of consolidates a lot of information. Yeah. You could also look up the parallel reports that the various civil society organizations have submitted. That also is a great wealth of disability related data. So there've been a group which was, I think, led by Vaishnavi and team in South. There was another group in the North, and there are many other groups who have submitted this parallel report. Although all of them are very publicly available, so that could be another source of very good data.
I just wanted to button at this point. As part of another kind of group that I was working with on mapping and open data and things like that, I distinctly remember somebody saying, and I asked this exact same person that Shamir did, I mean, there are so many RTIs. Can we not pool in all that information so that that information is available to everybody? And I'm sure it would require, a little bit of work in making it into, easily accessible data, which you can just download in a CSV file. And I remember this person telling me very clearly that you cannot do that because the data still belongs to the government of India, and therefore it is only for you, and you cannot, quote unquote, share it, publish it, put it out there, etc. I have always been intrigued by it, and I've never gone further to check out, whether this is really the case or not.
No, ma'am, you can publish it. There's no problem in doing that. I mean, I personally had said we've also been working with CHRI and with DRIF, and on filing, we've filed 35 RTIs, and it has, I don't even keep track of the amount of transfers that are there. And by June, when we have our Founders Day on 11th, which is Javed Namu's birthday, we'll be we are compiling a report and we'll be giving it out to everyone. So not an issue. I think जितनी भी information है वो तो मतलब सरकार मतलब the whole point of RTI is के मतलब हम लोग ही तो tax भर रहे हैं जिनसे ये लोग function कर रहे हैं. So we have every right over that information. So I think the RTI is even Ankit sir का जो plan है, but surely please continue. Sorry, I got very agitated कि कैसे बोल दिया मतलब information तो सबके लिए है, सबके लिए
free information है. That's the thing. And one other thing was that Ankit at least has the patience. I've had lousy luck with RTI. I'm kind of jinxed as far as RTIs are concerned. So I try and get RTIs done by other people. But really speaking, another thing in which you can avoid all this business about putting it out, or if there is any so-called thing about who is owning the data and you're not supposed to do this and that, and this whole issue which I've not researched. The other thing is, unbelievably, best is some of this information which you would not get from RTI because the government is not going to give you that information, even if you ask for it via an RTI, is when, if you know any friendly parliamentarian, have it asked as a question in Parliament. Because we've gotten some incredible data from there. Like if at all, for many, many decades, everybody was just using the same data on how many psychiatrists are there in India. And everybody is, kind of quoting some 1980 data. Now we have till around 2012 or so, or maybe a little later.
Ma'am, आप हमारी सारी secrets out कर रही हैं. मतलब जो सारी चीजें हम लोग use कर रहे हैं. So then again, Vaishnavi ma'am ने जैसा कहा कि the parliamentarians. So you can actually I don't know about the friend and all. I don't know any friends of. I am not friends with any parliamentarians, but you can go to the Lok Sabha website, and if you do an advanced search, and this is something that when I'm working with my interns, and we have like 2-3 people who just do this. So there are buzzwords that you can put in, disability, schemes regarding disability. And different words that are there, and then with that, if any parliamentarian जैसे राहुल गांधी, शशि थरूर और भी बहुत सारे हैं, इन लोगों का तो पता ही है, हम लोगों ने उस पे हम लोग काम भी कर रहे हैं, but they have asked questions on disability which have good data, and it's like years and years of questions that are there on that website.
So what we should really do is, and this is something which we don't really need to depend on anybody to do. You remember I mentioned this portal called data.gov.in, which also allows for members, any individual, to really contribute data which in an accessible format, which anybody can use and download. What we should probably be doing with a little bit of effort is whatever information we are getting as RTI, converting that into data and uploading it and putting it there with suitable keywords so that it's available for everyone. So I think that's something which Ankit and Shamir, since you all are focusing on RTI, kind of translating that into whatever data is available, and using other things, like there is another website called openbudgetsindia. It's a civil society thing run by the People's Budget Initiative. That again has everything as very accessible, Excel files and things like that. Just take all of that and dump it there on data.gov.in so that we have our own little portal, irrespective of whether the ministry's website is working or not working. So that's a thought, and that's something which we can all do as far as getting data together, whatever is there at least.
Definitely. Ankit sir, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely echo whatever Vaishnavi has said. And of course, I just, of course, with just one reservation, Vaishnavi, and again, I need to go back and check on the website whether data.gov.in allows any civil society people to upload data, because I believe it is only restricted to government agencies who can upload.
No. I have not personally done it because I don't know. I don't have any excuse for not having put in any effort over there. But yeah, you can definitely do that. But yes, let's check that out so that
as far as I remember, it was designed in a way to, kind of facilitate open sharing of data from government institutes.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a great effort, and I think it's no harm done to even reach out to the department or the secretariat who's managing this and really advocating,
and push them. Yeah. Another area in which sadly a lot of information is available, but it's mostly really inaccessible stuff, is all the PILs. So for example, if you look at Rajiv Raturi's PIL on a whole bunch of things, there's so much of interesting data over there. It's just that it's completely inaccessible, and it requires work from people to kind of literally retype the whole thing. The state's responses are not as a high quality as you would expect in a parliament question and answer thing, because where you just cannot, and you're not supposed to fudge details as far as parliament goes, somehow people tend to push it to the last thing until you're close to contempt of court, and then only the state will give you some information and willfully choose to misunderstand whatever the court has asked for. But Rajiv Raturi's PIL was like so useful for us as far as bus advocacy went in Tamil Nadu. It was also really depressing because it had such sad information about even the number of buses, how many of them are accessible, etc. Some states are really much worse off than the others. So yeah, that's another thing which we should ensure when anybody who is filing PILs shares that data with the rest of us, and maybe we can rope in some of the open data people and help transcribe that and make it accessible and then dump it on data.gov.in if that's possible. And yeah, one of the things that I am personally pushing for is that sounds very grand, but I'm not really pushing it, but I just tell anybody involved with the law, if I ever meet them, is to make sure that the courts themselves bypass this whole business of printing out things on paper, because quite often when it comes to disseminating accessible information, what happens is that somebody types up this whole brief and you have all these responses and affidavits from government. That's all typed out. Then it is printed out. Then it is, given to the court. And then one lawyer exchanges it with the other side's lawyer. And that lawyer says, okay, I have the information. How do I get it across to you? And then if we want to share that information, we have to scan the whole thing again, share it with people, make it accessible again. It would really make so much more sense. And maybe as a result of COVID and all of that, it could happen now. Maybe we should push for that so that whatever documents are being shared in court are accessible in the first place. When the court is willy-nilly being forced into video conferencing as a result of COVID, why not have document management as well as an accessible feature? It's so simple. It shouldn't be a problem at all, and it's got great scope as far as accessibility of information goes.
Yeah.
JAF is a youth-led initiative. We deeply appreciate the support of all our interns and volunteers. Thank you. You can follow us on Facebook at Javed Abdi Foundation, and you can tweet us at Rishad Shamir.